Can you believe it? Once again on a Sunday, we're doing an impromptu Geek Out. I can't believe it. It's what we're doing. What's up, G Show land, and welcome to an impromptu episode of the G Show podcast. I am G1, and this is the Geek Out. And we're doing what? An Alien Earth review? Spoiler alerts. We're going all in because finally, even though he told me on Friday, go ahead and let them know how I felt. And I did. Right off the bat, right? The first 3 minutes, I told y'all all how much Brother Chase loved it. But now, you don't have to worry. You can hear it from his mouth himself because Brother Chase, G73, aka Mexi, is here with us today to talk Alien Earth. What's up, brother?
Man, it's weird being awake. Usually I'm still asleep at this hour.
Everybody's at church and Brother Chase is snoring his ass off.
And I had a power outage just about 45 minutes ago too. So and it came back on, so that's good. So hopefully that doesn't turn off again. But a transformer blew up and poor, Autobots.
Optimus, no!
Jax, no. Jax, yeah.
So yeah, man. We talked Alien Earth on Friday. Pretty much, I talked Alien Earth on Friday. Nobody else got to see it. A couple people in the comments definitely watched it. Spider-Man swung through, told us how he felt. Monsterverse Rodan was kicking ass with it too. We all pretty much had a good time with the show. But dude, we got to get your take, right? And let's do spoilers, right? Let's talk about it.
I think we kind of have to.
Yeah, and where do we see? Because what is this? 8 episodes, correct?
8 episodes, yeah. And I don't know. I don't know if you saw that sneak peek for episode 3, but it looks fucking wild.
I don't think I did.
It might be just a Hulu thing. It's probably that because that's how I saw it.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I didn't watch it on TV. It's been marathoning on TV like crazy though, which is kind of cool.
Crazy, bro. FX got that shit playing around the clock right now. Yeah, I looked at yesterday. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Brother Chase wanted to do this yesterday, but I had just sat down with Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I was like, bro, this is a 4-hour movie. We just started it, and then I had to watch. I was going to watch James Gunn's Superman afterwards, but the wife overruled and was like, I want to watch that Jurassic World Rebirth. I was like, oh, okay. She enjoyed it. I didn't hate it.
You know what? That's fine. I've just come to terms with Jurassic. I mean, it made fucking tons of money. It made more than $800 million at the box office. But it just, the more I think about it, it was just a test screening. That's all it was.
It's crazy that you say that. Way off topic, but you know what? It's an impromptu Sunday edition. This is what we do. We just, we're supposed to talk about Alien Earth, but let's fucking...
We'll get there. We're like an egg or gestating in a chest.
Exactly. All that money, the majority of that money came from the international box office.
Yeah, it was.
And I like what you said, like the testing. They're not testing for American audience anymore. They're literally putting it all out on the line there for the international markets. Yeah.
And because, if that's what keeps us getting the movies we want to see, then so be it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I think it was last week, as a matter of fact, about this time or whenever I started doing the stream last week on Sunday, Rob joined and we were looking at the box office. And right now, this is no fucking joke. The number 1 movie is Minecraft. The number 2 movie is Lilo and Stitch. The number 3 movie is Superman domestically. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, I mean, yeah. Yeah. So
obviously, that means we'll be getting another Jurassic. So if your wife enjoyed it, that's great.
let's just
Let's take the reels back in and just start thinking outside the box.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jurassic.
Like Primitive War, maybe that's only
Dude, I hope Primitive War is the best thing we see this summer.
Yes, I just need it to be more than it is.
Yes.
Be out in theaters. This is insane. But you know what? Not for nothing. You know what could have been in theaters? The first 2 episodes of Alien Earth. I just say it. This was look. I gushed about it already. This has been my favorite Alien anything since fucking. Well, I can't lie. I kind of did enjoy AVPR, even though you can't see it. But I did have fun with it. But no, this is by far my favorite Alien thing since Aliens. And I got a soft spot for Alien Resurrection. I do. It's weird. I saw it in the theaters. It's not really that good of a movie, but I do have a soft spot for it. But I fucking loved it.
Yeah, at some point after Aliens, I start to feel like I'm watching the same movies that just have different titles.
Right? It's so true.
But I love Aliens. I love you.
So let me ask you this question, Brother Chase. Out of the 2 franchises, which one is more your favorite? Is it the Alien verse or is it the Predator verse?
Definitely Predator.
Okay.
I've always had an affinity for Predator. I remember when I was a little kid stealing my dad's Predator VHS and being like, I'm going to go watch Predator and being fucking terrified. And I don't know what it was. I think it's like as a kid, I've always had like issues or like a fear of like things like Alien. So like, I don't know, like Predator to me just seems like an intimidating monster. And so I've always liked that because it fits in the realm of Godzilla. It's like this anti-hero force in a way. Because I really was when I was in elementary school, and when I was into Predator at the time, AVP had passed, but that was all that I was getting on the internet, and my everything was Alien versus Predator. And those predators are looked at kind of like anti-heroes, and I just was really fixated on that to the point where I would draw Predator. I even learned like some of the language.
Oh,
they had the fan community made like languages, and I would read some of it, and I knew some words, but it's been so long since I can't probably do it now. But I was really into Predator. That's what I was. I don't know, something about Predator I just like better than Alien, but I still love Alien. It's just Alien became an interest to me later on than like it's more recent, probably in my 20s than growing up as a kid.
Gotcha.
But I'll take Predator any day. I just don't know about Sadlands. But we'll see. But yet again, I was kind of iffy about Romulus and Earth too. But yeah, now we're here, the Alien Earth.
Listen. We all know, legitly, you coined the phrase, and I swear to God, I'm going to stand by it for the rest of my life. Alien robbed my bucks was exactly that. They robbed me. They did not. The movie that should have been was in the computer screen for 3 seconds. That was the movie we wanted. You got a stellar cast, absolutely spectacular cast, young up and coming actors, and a great director. The guy who has an eye for the fucking kind of gore that would fit in the Alien universe. I mean, episode 2 of Alien Earth. Whoa! You talk about gore fest. Yikes! And then you give us that movie? Oh God, no.
Yeah, it's so confusing and kind of frustrating. Yeah, we're getting so much interference, it feels like, with the studios. It's and our Lord and Savior Ridley Scott.
Well, I don't know if you peeped this. when I was watching the credits, there's not one mention of Ridley Scott at all. And
it says he's an executive producer, right, when the credits roll.
It was?
Yeah, he's an executive producer. It says it in the beginning of the intro too.
Oh man!
So he definitely has his hand, and that's one of my gripes because it has Prometheus and Covenant connections, and I'm. Ew.
Well, it does, but we have not yet seen that.
Yeah.
So there's hope. See, that's my whole thing, especially watching Man of Steel and Justice League afterwards, Zack Snyder's Justice League. There's always hope, always.
I haven't received that hope yet because I'm poor.
No, I'm talking about with the Alien franchise, especially.
I got you. I thought you were talking about David Cornsweat.
No,
the man
yet.
of hope.
He is a man of hope. He's the man of the people. I'll tell you that. But yeah, man. What I seen from this movie, definitely, especially episode 1, very, very Ridley Scott, Alien 1 feel.
Yes.
Well, shit, the ship, that whole thing, it was like a shot-for-shot remake of Alien.
I thought I was like watching just a remake of Alien.
Exactly. And it was fun, and I like that they did that. I like that they said, hey, this is the world we live in, right? You remember this, right? And at first I'm like, okay, are they gonna do this and then just be hokey about it? No, nothing was hokey about it. This show definitely has its own flavor, and I really like that. So without further ado, let's break this down. All right, let's talk about some of the things happening here that is expanding the Alien lore, if you will. And I ain't talking about the black goop shit that Ridley Scott introduced in Covenant and Prometheus. I'm talking about, for instance, the 3 corporations now. You got Weyland-Yutani, you got Prodigy, and then there's another company. I don't remember their name, but I don't
remember their name either. I didn't even know there were 3 companies.
I just want they said there's 3 like big companies, basically trying to be the number one.
Gotcha.
I like this. I like this a lot. I like this way more than I thought I would, because when that Weyland-Yutani ship lands in the Prodigy's land, on the Prodigy's land, she's like, hey, Miss Yutani's like, yo, yeah, one of my ships went down over there. Let's not talk about it. Can I just get my shit? And he's like, no. You know the deal. Talk to my lawyers. It was shit like that corporate espionage shit.
And
road shit. I was digging it.
Yeah. What I'm feeling is I wonder if we're going to see some sabotage with they're going to use the aliens to sabotage the other corporations.
At the end, I could see that, honestly, I can actually see it. So hear me out. One of the reasons why I did not like this at first, right? I wasn't feeling the idea of aliens on Earth, right? I love this picture. So that's why I threw it up. One of the reasons why I wasn't feeling it at the beginning was I'm like, they should have never been on Earth, especially pre-alien. None of that shit makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But then I'm watching the show and I say to myself, hold up, you know what? Maybe it's because of this show. Like, they don't know what they got yet on that ship, right? Only the android does. So whatever the back and forth communication between the android and Weyland-Yutani, right, through Mother, that's all they know. They don't know about the xenomorphs being like the ultimate life form yet. You know what I mean? There are other species of aliens on that ship. You've got the fucking the eye crawler thing. You've got those fucking leech things, those roach leeches.
Those like blood blister looking things.
Freak me the fuck out, bro. I had the skeevies. I was like, ah! You've got that plant thing that was hanging. So they don't know what they got yet. That right there set me off into this realm of, oh, They don't know what they got yet, but they are going to know what they have and realize what the xenomorph is, the eggs, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's, to me, a great way to put the Nostromo on course to LV 429.
Yeah.
The company there.
It definitely seems like it's going to be the piece that connects. Like, they're going to find out what this is and be like, okay, where did it come from? And then they're going to segue that into Alien, them picking it up. I see that for sure. But I don't know. I don't know. There's just something about it that I'm just like, kind of like trying to connect the piece of like, I guess, I don't know. It's just something about it that's weird to me, but I guess as long as it's just accurate, because like an Alien, they still don't, like, the crew, they don't know that they're basically being set up. And so I guess it's just, I think it's just hard to picture that, because this is the first time we've kind of gotten a prequel to it. But
prequel that seems like it's making sense.
Yeah, in a way, I guess. But again, I still think it's just too early for me, at least. I think I'm just trying to like separate the stuff that has happened before and just focus on this as a storytelling element, because I want to what I want to know is what started the excavations of life forms. What started that ship? Who found the information to go pick up life forms? And that's what I want to know. Like, who sent that ship out? Who's at fault with that ship? And I guess it's Wayland Yutani, but how did they find the 5 life forms? You know what I mean? Like, where does that come from?
I see what you're saying, actually. Yeah.
And it's not that I'm against that. I just feel like if this movie takes place in between certain events, Prometheus, Covenant, Alien Earth, Aliens, I want, if we're going there, then you need to give us, like, okay, we need to get that closure from Covenant then at this point. And you can just do it by, I don't know. They're smart. They can figure it out. I don't know how to give anything specific with that, but I feel like we can connect that piece at least. I just want to know what has started this. I want to know who, because this means someone has known about, unless it's just a ship that just goes to random planets and picks things up, which is possible, I guess, but that seems kind of funny in this, then I don't know if we necessarily need that, but I feel like there has to be someone at this point that just knows.
Well, I think you just nailed it. Like, it's an exploration ship. It's exploring new lives and new civilizations, right? Like, they're going out.
Yeah.
They're hitting these random planets. They're seeing if there's anything worth picking up. Because here's the thing. They haven't found intelligent life yet. They haven't found the engineers. They haven't found the Yautjas. They haven't found things in that regard yet, right? And we know there's other type of species, definitely bipedal. Not bipedal. What am I saying? Humanoid. Because
bipedal would be correct.
It would have been right.
Yeah.
Because of predators. Remember in the third Predator movie when they find that cargo ship and there's this fucking alien that looks like a zillion dinosaurs in there.
Yeah. Well, then that fucking thing that comes after him too, and then Lawrence, fucking, what's his name? Morpheus shoots it.
Oh yeah.
Or he comes up behind him and he has that samurai predator helmet or something.
That's right. So we know that there's other species, but I see what you're saying in terms of Who sent the probes out? You know, like,
yeah.
I just feel like you don't need that much because we got space travel. You know,
and that's a good point. I think where I'm at is I just want consistency. And with Alien, we have not gotten consistency in the proper manner at all. And this is just another like twist, you know? And I think that's just what I want. I just want something concrete, something to follow that's going to stick. You know, it's like Godzilla. We have his story and origin. We know everything about his beginning. And we stick with that. So let's do that with Alien, you know? And I mean, if it's as simple as we're just sending a ship out to collect things, just like a garbage truck, then I'm okay with that if you explain that. That would make sense to me.
Yeah.
But we just don't have that explanation yet. And that's what I'm looking for. But I'm not opposed to what is happening. I'm interested in this story. Honestly, my biggest gripe with the story is the synthetics. There's just something about it.
Ta-da!
Yeah, right on cue.
Right on cue.
The synthetics are what bother me because they're children. They're basically children in human bodies. And I just like, I don't know where that stems from with Disney or Alien at all, because Ash wasn't a child. The Rook wasn't a child, and Romulus, you know, so, you know, Wayland wasn't a child in a human's body. And like, it's more of a personal take. I just don't like that idea that you're putting kids' like, I know the cause, you know, the kids that are disabled and dying, and they're giving them a second chance. But I just feel like that's kind of poor taste and kind of like more of a Disney idea than anything else. I mean, you have fucking Peter Pan and Ice Age in the show. You know, even though Ice Age is, well, it's a Fox property, so that means Ice Age is Disney now.
Listen, I'm going to counter that only because I hear what you're saying. You know, Bishop wasn't a child, or Rook wasn't a child. None of the synths we've seen in Alien has been children.
Right. And even what's his name from Covenant? Michael Fassbender. David, he wasn't a child.
Right, wasn't a child. Winona Ryder wasn't a child. And all like and Badlands, she's not a child either. You know, Dakota Fanning.
Yeah, that's true.
Not a child. But here's the deal with that. Here's the difference between that and them. Those are all Wailing Yutani synths. These are prodigies. He's doing something different. It's not the same thing. See, remember in the beginning, that's why that cyborg that's on the ship, we've never seen a synth able to change their hands to weapons.
Yeah.
You see, man, they said three different versions of that shit. And the boy genius or the boy trillionaire, whatever you're calling him, his goal is to live forever. How can we achieve that? Okay, well, let's take the sick and the dying. And right? And let's see if this works. Because here's the deal. And you know what? The children are easier to control than if you had, let's say, somebody in their 40s or 50s with some chronic disease ready to go.
Right.
Giving them a new lease on life. And they're going to be like, yeah, fuck out of here. Unless you built in some kind of failsafe, I'm out. You gave me a brand new robotic body. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'll kill everybody. See, with the kids, you can't do. They're going to listen. It's easier to keep them manipulated. And again, they're not Wailing Yutani. I doubt Wailing Yutani even knows that these synths are human or were once human, you know? So
that makes a good point. I wasn't thinking about it that way.
Yeah, that's why I like the company shit. Like there's these different companies. Basically, how can we say it? You know, trying to be the first one out the gates with the nukes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Weyland-Yutani's got these alien species, and now Prodigy's got these synth hybrids. That's what they call them, too, hybrids, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an interesting dichotomy of what they're doing. And again, we're only 2 episodes in. We have no idea what's coming. But the groundwork so far, I'm digging. Because honestly, I didn't mind that they were kids because I felt like, oh, they're kids because they could be manipulated. And then they'll grow into this. And then maybe this crazy ass dude who, okay, this is working. I'm going to put myself in a synth body and I'm going to be the leader. I'm going to be the king.
Yeah, that's going to be trippy.
If they even go that far. Because I like what you said. What if Weyland-Yutani lets the alien, the xenomorph go ham on Prodigy? That's why we don't hear nothing about the Prodigy Corporation, when Alien comes around, or Alien, or any of those movies. It's just not a thing. So,
yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I feel like there's going to be a collision course and conflict for sure between the companies at some point.
Has to be, right?
But it also depends because this is an 8-episode series. I just hope they don't save that for season 2.
Which we will get to, because there are still things that, again, look, they make no mistake about it. Yes, in episode 2, my favorite synth right here, Wendy, she was hearing this clicking noise, and it did not sound anything like the clicking noise we heard in the trailer, because that clicking noise was absolutely a predator. Now, I don't know if they're going to do that. I
didn't hear a clicking noise like that.
You don't remember in the trailer we were like, was that the predator?
Oh, I thought you meant in the episode.
No, in the episode it wasn't nothing like that. It wasn't.
Okay. I got you.
We were like, yo, that's a predator.
Yeah. I'm still interested to see if we're gonna get a predator.
Which is crazy, because here's the deal with that, right? This show has so far set itself up to be so much like Alien and Aliens. So much. Everything just screams that franchise. That I can't see the Predators coming. I just can't. I just can't. If they do, fine, no problem.
I honestly, as much as I would, because I'm just a Predator biased fan, I would love to see Predator just because I love Predator. And I think Predator and Alien together is like Godzilla and Kong. I think Predator and Alien together is like peanut butter and jelly. I think Predator and Alien together is like Reese's Pieces. I think Alien and Predator is such a great and smart combination because they are characters that I feel can fit together in the same world. It just needs to be done correctly. Now, Badlands and what comes after, I don't know. I'm hoping Badlands is the golden ticket. But I don't know about that. But but as much as I'd love to see Predator in this, I don't think it is Predator. Yeah. I just don't think that's going to happen, because then that would really be kind of like, you know what? I don't know. Okay, I just turned my thought around. My initial thought was Predator not being in it because that would be stepping on Badlands' toes. But yet again, they spoiled Alien in Badlands very, very soon and quickly. Makes me wonder if they're doing that on purpose to set up the franchise, because this show is going to be done before November.
Yep.
And maybe we do get Predator. I don't know, man. Now my thoughts are kind of flipped on that.
Listen, this is the first time since Predator 2 that we have an Alien reference, and this one is bold in big old letters. Weyland-Yutani, a synthetic in a Predator movie. Whereas back in Predator 2, all we got to see was an alien skull. That was an Easter egg, a wink, wink,
right.
nod, It was Freddy Krueger's hand coming out of the ground and pulling Jason's mask down, and shit like that. Just cool, fun shit. Badlands ain't doing that. Badlands is saying, oh yeah, all this shit exists.
Yeah. And then, Sir Dan Trotberg or whatever his last name is trying to be like, oh yeah, we're going to. He's like, people are asking about aliens, and he's like, people are gonna see things that they want to see, and he's like gaslighting us, and it's like, dude, it fucking says Wayland Yutani, and there's a power loader in your last trailer, and you're talking to us about how like we're just seeing what we want to see, and you're just making minor Easter eggs, like to shrug it off that you're not setting up this Alien versus Predator universe with your Disney-fied Predator. Well, like, are you fucking serious? Quit jerking us off.
Listen, I gotta be honest with you. Back in the 90s, it could have been before, but I remember from the 90s when Disney bought Miramax Films, right?
Wait, so Godzilla versus Biollante is like basically a Disney film?
Well, I mean, it's not a Disney film, but yeah, Disney. I
have my Miramax copy.
Distributed it out here in the 90s.
Wow, okay.
But I remember when that happened, and everything Miramax put out was not a Disney film at all. Matter of fact, there was nothing family about the Miramax films. They were all the hard R-rated shit. Yeah. That's why I'm like, okay, Disney, they've been doing it. Think about this. Disney buys Fox. Now they own everything. We get Deadpool, Wolverine. It's a hard R. As much as it's funny and all that fun, it's a rated R movie. The Daredevil Born Again that just came out this couple months ago. Yo, that shit was a harder R than the Netflix show. And the Netflix show, it wasn't even rated R. It was like mature themes. It was rated TVM. This show, yo, they're like saying fuck every other episode. Bones are snapping out of people's arms. You can see it break skin. It's disgusting. It's violent. It's brutal. Then you look at this shit, especially episode 2. There is no denying.
Oh yeah, there's
so like I get it, but I'm gonna try now, like especially now. I'm gonna stay away from the Disney-fying these franchises because I don't see it right now. If anything, they're making it more hardcore. I'm like, holy shit.
My Disney-fy connection is the design. It's very Disney-friendly Predator.
Oh, Predator.
Yeah, it's Predator being Badlands specifically. The design's very Predator Disney friendly. I just saw a picture the other day of behind the scenes, and they have Predator from the side, the guy that plays him, and you could just tell it's really a human skull. It's not a Predator skull. I don't want to talk about Predator Badlands design when we're talking aliens, but anyways, it's bothering me, Ray. Back to aliens. I'm gonna get an aneurysm.
I can't wait for that's gonna be one of those motherfucking. Matter of fact, that might be. Let me check the calendar real quick. I'm singing the American Gladiator theme song. Holy fucking shit! Bro, that is the first podcast of November. Don't make no mistake about it, brother. You're going to see that shit on Thursday, okay? Just so you know.
Is it coming out that early?
It comes out November 7th, which is a Friday. You will be seeing it that Thursday, and that's all I'm going to say about that. That Friday is going to be fireworks.
There's gonna dude, it's gonna be a nuts podcast because then Godzilla is gonna have shit as well.
Bro, we're talking about
Godzilla and Predator topics on the same fucking podcast. My God,
that's gonna be a fun one. But back to this. All right. Episode 1, we get introduced to the companies. We get introduced to Alien remake. Right. Here's one thing that bothered me with episode 1. The ship crashing, the ship going haywire. They do these things in flashes. What happened to the crew? They started to set things up. I was thinking it. And then next thing you know, it's flash, 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 flash. Ship's going down. Cyborg's talking to Mother. And the alien's trying to get to him. And then the ship crashes. Yeah. I'm like, they have to show what happens in like episode 3.
I mean, you could already tell there was androids rebelling right when they woke up out of the pods.
So, all right, correct me if I'm wrong. They were 2 synths on that ship, right?
Yeah, there was. I don't know. I just know the one is the captain.
The captain, right?
And the other one was the Asian-looking one, and I don't remember his name, but you could just tell he was not happy with that lady sleeping.
Yeah, he kept he was like fake groping her. It was weird.
That's honestly my biggest fear for this series. Is I feel like over the 8 episodes, they're going to be putting the filler episodes are going to be the flashbacks to that. Like we're going to see how the ship crashed when with the filler episodes, and I don't know if I like that. I kind of was hoping we would have gotten it like I don't know, like a little bit earlier for an explanation, but I don't know. I really just don't know much about this show yet. We'll see with episode 3. But I just hope that's not the case. I don't want to see like 3 episodes telling us a story about how a ship crashed.
Nah, yeah, I doubt that's going to be the case. And honestly, dude, I don't even think it's going to be filler episodes in this. It's 8 episodes, so they're gonna keep this shit tight. The first 2 episodes so far has done a great job of going back and forth between the narrative and then giving us, what we came here to see, aliens, right?
Yeah.
And again, like it's not just the xenomorph, but yes, Mr. Xenomorph is the star. Now, what do you think of the design of this xenomorph? I'm looking at the picture right here that I just put up. I love this thing.
That looks like the Alien Romulus design that we talked about months ago.
Oh yeah, well I got this off an Alien Earth thing. It said this is the phrase. It's an Alien Earth.
Yeah. Either way, the design and picture for the show. I was listening to Noah. I think is it Noah Haley or Noah something. The director. He was talking about the xenomorph and why it looked the specific way it did in the show, and he's saying like it's basically the prototype xenomorph. In a way, like it's going to change drastically throughout the show, and so like I don't know, but I liked with him talking about the specifics, like the tail being a scorpion, which is obvious. That's always been a thing with Alien, but him saying like the alien can use his tail like a monkey and swing, like that's cool. I never thought about Alien doing that, but that's really cool. I like that idea. As far as the design goes, I mean, it just looks like I'm going to be honest. It's not that I hate it. It just looks a little cheap. You can totally tell sometimes in the show it looks like a man in a suit.
It is a man in a suit. That's why it's so awesome.
Yeah. but you can tell though. That's the thing. It's like watching Shawa Godzilla. I mean, I don't know if it's that harsh, but you can definitely tell it's not. There's some. It's like watching Prey, and when you see Predator put on his healing thing, you can see his glove. I don't hate it. I just wish I didn't see it that way, but I get it. It's all right. I can shrug it off. I'm interested in him talking about like how the alien evolves. The fact that this alien can murder people so quickly in a matter of seconds is scary to me. Like, you see that one scene, and we know that scene, and it's like the Boston Tea Party, but it's more like the Boston Tea Massacre. I just do not. I don't understand how the alien can do that, but if it is that deadly, oh my god! And why does this picture of the xenomorph have Godzilla spikes going down his tail?
It's Shin Xenomorph right there. Bro.
Oh no! No, it's gonna shoot a laser out of its tail.
It's Shin Xenomorph, brother. Come on, man. Look, hey. Look. Oh, wait. Where's it at? Never mind. I got rid of it. Dude, the evolution thing, because I didn't hear the director talking. The evolution thing. Do you think, because this is a proto-Xeno, do you think this is going to become a queen?
Yeah.
I love it.
It has to. And how episode 2 ended with there being basically a hive already? Like, come on. You know where this is going.
That was something. Okay, and again, this goes back to either a Fangoria or a Starlog magazine from back in the days, back in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, where they were talking about, and hell, it's even on like some of the deleted scene content for the first Alien movie, how if there's no queen around, they turn humans into the eggs.
Right.
And again, remember, that was the biggest thing about Romulus I wanted to see. Oh, it's Big Chap. We get to see fucking, finally, this de-evolution where the fucking DNA of the alien saliva turns people or turns biologics into eggs. I wanted to see that. I was hoping maybe we get that here. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't gonna lie. That Boston Tea Party massacre there. Nobody survived. That fucking guy got face punched with the fucking with the second jaw.
Yeah, the mini tongue.
It was crazy. I'm just sitting there like, wow. But if this thing becomes a queen, I could totally buy that. Especially because, again, the ending of the way episode 2 ended with the xenomorph taking the brother, not killing him, taking him. That was interesting.
And that's another thing too. I kind of felt like the reunion of the brother and sister was a little bit underwhelming.
So I thought so too. But when he said it was Christmas morning, you woke me up, we were sneaking down the stairs, what did you say to me? And she said, my big toe doesn't look like my thumb. Or still, and that right there, that's when he should have hugged her. He didn't, but at the same time, the crazy thing is, last time he saw his sister, she was a baby.
Yeah.
You know?
I know there's a lot to process there.
and not only that, and this is why I like the show too. Remember, they were like, these hybrids, they don't have feelings. So why is she doing what she's doing? Like that's interesting.
And that's the thing, because she definitely does have feelings.
Yeah, because she wants to see her brother. She wants to let him know I'm alive. And
yeah.
Now, like she's, I can take care of you. I got this. My body's different. The shit she was doing to the screens, but they were like, what is she doing? What did she?
Yeah, how the fuck can she do that? Does she have magical powers?
Yeah, I like that, man. It's something interesting. Now, if we don't get a fucking payday for that.
Is this like a Stranger Things crossover? She's gonna have telekinesis?
Man, listen, whatever it is, I'm with it. I mean, look, you've got your regular synths. They really can't do much, but outside of Bishop doing that thing with the knife and the fingers, the alien ain't gonna bother them. Then you had the captain of the ship, who was not a synth, he was a cyborg, right? Because he got to, he was able, his hands are changing into weapons and shit. Which is great. I love that. And now you have the hybrids. What can they do? Because yes, these aren't this ain't AI. This is actually a successful transfer of the human mind.
I was thinking about it too. It almost comes off that they're insinuating that their synths are organic in a way where they can give birth.
I would be nervous about that. I'll be honest with you.
And that's the thing too. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I was picking that up in the show, like as like they were trying to make that a hinted plot, because it sounds like Wendy is like because of her, not because of what she's doing, but the way they're describing her, they almost make it seem like she has organic body parts, and that is strange. But we'll see how that unfolds.
Yeah, I can't see that.
But the thing is like with them being hybrids, that would kind of make sense, you know.
Yeah,
but
you know what? That's true. But it would just be procreation without the fun.
yeah, basically. But that's the whole thing. Is I think that's where they're trying to go, because I feel like the guy, the boy genius, he's wanting to figure out how to become immortal. And so why would you create something that couldn't procreate?
Well,
because at the end of the day, people are going to die if procreation goes away. So you're going to run out of places to go, and you're going to die eventually. So that's what's weird to me.
That wasn't his thing. His thing, they said it in the second episode. He straight up said it. He goes, I just want to have a fucking conversation with somebody that's on my level, where it's going to make me think. Because he's smart. You know what I'm saying? He's stupid smart. He created this technology. That's why he's a trillionaire at such a young age. You know? He could care less. That's why he's playing Utani. When she's like, hey, so could we just like keep this hush-hush? And he's like, what hush-hush? You want something? Go through my lawyers, bro. This shit is mine now. He even says it. Oh, that's not our shit. That's well, it's on our land. It's ours. Anything on it, I want. And you know that, like, I can't hate that dude. Like, he does shit that's real swarmy and grimy and shit, but at the same time, he is who he is. He's doing shit. Look, he's
an interesting character for sure.
And if it is, he doesn't want to live forever, but he wants to have this conversation where his fucking mentals are going to be tested. You know what I'm saying? Where be like, okay, I can have this deep philosophical conversation with something. That's his goal. And it's like, how does, and now that's where it's weird, because it's okay, you're putting children into these synths. They have to grow into that.
Right.
The bodies are never going to age, but their minds will. Right?
But then again, somehow Wendy is a weird exception. You know, she's an anomaly in her own right,
which is gonna be fun because you got Wendy, right? Like, and here's the deal too: all of these synths have a personality. Wendy is like literally. It seems like she's the free spirited one. She's hanging out on rocks. She's But then you have everybody else. You had the redhead girl who's. When that fucking eyeball alien came out of the cat, she freaked out. She froze. She should have done that, right? But again, she's a kid. Then you had the one synth that was left with the plant. And when that plant opened up and it like this other thing came out and he was about to like communicate with it, I guess, or touch it, whatever, he got called into the fray.
Yeah.
Then you have the boy that went with Wendy, right? The Hindu kid. He's like, he doesn't care. He's telling like it is. Like, hey, because remember, he's the one that blew it. He was like, oh yeah, that's your sister. You didn't tell him? I dipped.
Yeah.
You know, and then you had the black kid, right? Who's not goofy. He wants to have fun. You can tell because he's vibing with everybody in like a very playful way. Then you had the other girl, the one, the brunette with the long hair. She was all about business. She was all of the she was like, what are we doing? And I was like, okay. So I like what they're doing there. The Wendy thing is very interesting because you're right.
Yeah, I honestly, I think this is just going to have to be one of those things that we're just going to have to wait and see. But it is interesting, but also it's like if you're adding this to Aliens, like you're giving us a person with plot armor. you're giving us a person with powers. Where's that going to go? And how does that change the Alien franchise around?
I don't think it does. I don't think
Well,
it does.
you have if she can do telekinesis, that does.
No, but here's what I'm trying to say. You said it already in the beginning. They don't make it. None of these people are going to live.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
I mean, you think about it. The only sense that we see in the future, which is Aliens, Alien 3, even though it's Bishop for a quick second, are Weyland Yutanis.
Yeah.
So Weyland Yutani shuts this Prodigy shit down in one way or another. And I'm pretty sure, and this is one of my favorite shots, and this was from a commercial. Oh my God, look at that shot.
Yeah. And then I see E.T. down there.
Oh, come on!
The back of his head's glowing orange.
That's all the ET games from Atari that got buried in the glass. Oh, God. I love that shot, man. When I saw that shit in the commercial, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I love that shot. That's it on a fucking planet. We've never seen that before.
Yeah. It makes me feel like we know where it's going. The alien's gonna escape, obviously, whatever they're doing to it when they take it back home. And maybe that comes the first fucking alien planet. Who knows? Oh, no, that wouldn't be the first. It wouldn't be the first because they have one here. But I don't know. I wonder. I feel like it's going to affect this because they're on Earth. Prodigy's on Earth, right? They're just in a fun place.
That's why it's called Alien Earth, because they were on Earth.
Okay, because I remember people talking about like the way the planet looks when you're looking at them on that island, and it's all like luscious and canyony and stuff. And
yeah, we call that Isla Nublar.
No, we call that Skull Island.
Which is totally in Rebirth, right? That was Skull Island. You can't tell me shit.
I was waiting for Kong to show up and kick the D-Rex in the dick.
That Doofosaurus. All right.
It's all right. He dies in the sequel. Universal contacted me. I'm under NDA, so we got to delete this video after it posts. But, yeah, I'm gonna kill the D-Rex guys.
Chase did it. He jammed the tide.
I just told Universal I can make your Jurassic franchise better, and they said deal. Hired me on the spot.
And then you showed them Primitive War, and they bought the rights to it and said, you're only getting a 1 weekend release.
I showed them Primitive War, and then I said, but I can do one even better. They're like, oh, tell us more. And then I gave them the spiel about kids on an island dying from their social media addictions.
Oh my God.
And I drew a picture of a Triceratops skewering a social media influencer. And they're like, that's the key frame for the movie. And I'm like, yes, dinosaurs killing social media influencers.
Listen, I'm going to stick to the guns. That is the movie that should be happening.
It's a fun idea.
It is because, social media influencers don't care. They think they're above everything. So yeah, let's make a movie about that. Leave the kids out of it. It's Jurassic Park meets fucking 80s horror. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, why not?
Oh God.
Back to Alien Rebirth, though.
Oh God, that's not even right, bro. That's not even right. This show is hardcore right now, man.
But no, I'm interested to see what's coming to this. Like I said, my main gripes are minor. It's not like I dislike the show or hate the show. There's just a few things that I'm just not clicking with or vibing with. But I'm not like shrugging this show off. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just so exhausted with the timelines being so construed. I can't say the word right now, but the timelines being so twisty and not canon and consistent with each other is just really, really weird to me. And having to get another Alien movie that's trying to set the course for the franchise again is just very overstimulating. I just want something that's going to be concrete. But yeah, I'm not discrediting the show, or I'm not saying I'm not going to watch the show anymore or anything like that. There's just some things that are off, but for the most part, the show has given us more Alien than anything we've gotten in the first 2 episodes than Romulus had. So I think, and that's what's kind of interesting is, we're wanting to watch the show for Alien, and as I was watching, I wasn't even necessarily focusing on the xenomorph being on screen, because I was so distracted by how the show's story was going to progress. And so that's why I need to watch it more times.
Yeah, you did yourself a disservice.
I know. I was so worried about okay, what's this story going to be about? And then getting Alien on the screen, I was like, eh. All right. And then they showed the fucking eyeball thing coming out of the cat, and I cried.
That was fucking nuts. I can't wait to see what happens with that thing. But listen, that's the first 2 episodes in a nutshell, really. It's like the setup with the hybrids and a ship crashing. And then the second episode is fucking Alien going crazy, ripping people apart, destroying a Boston Tea Party. It's gore, 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 gore. And it ends with the xenomorph not killing, but taking the brother.
Yeah, after also the alien got flex sealed. They try to trap it.
I love that. I swear to God, I loved it. And when it ripped out, oh man, it was great. But listen, brother, we're gonna call it here. I'm gonna try to keep these things under an hour. Any Sunday I do, it's got to be under an hour.
That's fine. I know we were gonna talk about what's gonna fix the MonsterVerse, but we can wait.
You son of a... But no, thank you for joining me, brother Chase.
Absolutely, man. It was a blast. I look forward to talking more about the show with you.
Yep, and who knows, if you're on Friday, we'll talk about episode 3. But that'll do it for this impromptu second week in a row. You ain't gonna do it next Sunday. It can't. It just can't be. But that'll do it for this impromptu episode of the G Show podcast. For Brother Chase, I am G1, and we's out of here. See you on Friday.
Later.